There's a nice French bakery there. I mean, I wonder if they have secure wireless networks.
Security expert James Line wants to answer that question using a data collecting process he calls warbiking. Insecure networks can be a gateway for cybercriminals trying to steal personal information. We took his experiment to New York City's Upper East Side.
Occasionally you might hear a little ping from the tablet computer, just a little audio bell. And that's designed to indicate that there's a particular density of insecure wireless networks in the area. Right now, there's probably 70, 80 wireless networks in range. And as we move down the street, block. Absolutely. As we move down the street, there's probably even more. You know, so over our little journey, we'll already be into thousands of wireless networks.
So, what is collecting all this data? Line let us take a peek inside his war backpack.
So we've got this solar panel here. This guy here will produce power and constantly charge up this battery on the side. And this then connects inside to a tablet computer. So if we fold this up, just in here, and I've got a little tablet, which is connected and is constantly charging. So that makes sure that we can run the scan.
This summer, Line used that same backpack in London, where he did an extensive experiment for his company Sophos. After 2 days of biking around his home city, testing the security of wireless networks, including hotspots, he came up with some interesting results.
So about a third of the wireless networks that we detected had little or no security, and it was about 11% that were actually intentional hotspots. Here's the big challenge. Because these hotspots are so poorly configured, in the first place to not provide security, they often don't have good logging, which means it's really hard to figure out how many people actually get hit by it. So we really only see the tip of the iceberg.
Hotspots are the public wireless networks anyone can connect to in places like local cafes or airports. Cisco says there are about 750,000 Wi-Fi hotspots around the world, and around 800 million new Wi-Fi-enabled devices each year. And as those numbers rise, so do the security risks, at least according to security companies.
There's been a real tendency to hype the security problem in quite an alarmist way and talk about cyber war. And what's unfortunate about that is that through all that hyping, I think many of the members of the public have become quite desensitized to it.
Line says people shouldn't be. Over the 16 blocks we covered, Line found about 3,000 networks. 357 of them were entirely open with no password protection, and 602 networks were using web encryption, which is easily cracked by cybercriminals. So how can users protect themselves?
The most important thing is firstly make sure it's a trusted hotspot. Ask the owner of the cafe or the hotel that you're staying in which wireless network to connect to. Once you've connected, I strongly recommend using a VPN, a virtual private network. If you're an individual user, you can sign up online and then you can encrypt your traffic wherever you go completely automatically.
Our results were in line with a larger study done in London. Bottom line, people aren't careful enough about their wireless security. So whatever you do, don't be as careless about biking in New York City as you are with your Wi-Fi.